Hello, dear friends. Ask for the old paths, ask ye which is the good way, and walk in it, and ye shall find rest for your souls. Jeremiah 6:16. Opinion piece. Golden future. The age of truth. Massive gold buying. Banks strategy. Let's start. You may have been taught as a child the golden rule: do unto others as you would have them do unto you. A more cynical golden rule was made famous in the film Aladdin. He who has the gold makes the rules. But a more precise, if less concise, formulation might be: he who has the power makes the rules about the gold. Deutsche Bank expects defaults in Western banks. To avoid these predictions, banks are increasing their capital in gold to absorb the impact of such event. Gold increases their net worth and gives real value to the currencies they hold in these banks. At some point, it will be important to allow gold to reach its real value. This will trigger a global financial reset in currency values around the world, according to Goldilocks. Gold has traditionally been seen as a safe haven asset and can play a role diversifying and protecting investment portfolios. Some investors and banks may choose to increase their exposure to gold as a way to reduce risk and hedge against market volatility. Regarding the global financial reset in monetary securities, it is important to note that any significant change in global monetary systems required agreement and coordination among major economies and international financial players. Monetary values are underpinned by a variety of factors, such as confidence, economic stability, and monetary policy in each country. According to Cathy O'Donnell, $1.5 trillion in mortgages will mature in the next 2 years, a potential ticking time bomb as higher interest rates reduce property values. A strategy. According to Foster Suisse, in an increasingly interconnected world, central banks in many countries are seeking to reduce their reliance on the dollar as a reserve currency. One strategy that has gained popularity in recent years is to exchange dollars for gold. This measure aims to diversify international reserves and save countries' economic stability in the event of financial turbulence. The exchange of dollars for gold allows central banks to diversify their international reserves and reduce exposure to a single currency. This diversification provides greater protection in the event of fluctuations in the value of the dollar or instabilities in financial markets. Gold, considered a safe haven asset, provides stability and buffer against volatility in the global financial system. For many countries, over-reliance on the dollar as a reserve currency can pose significant risks. Changes in monetary policy and geopolitical tensions can have a direct impact on economies that rely heavily on the dollar. The dollar for gold swap is a strategy that seeks to reduce this dependence and strengthen countries' financial autonomy. The trend of central banks towards dollar for gold swaps can have important geopolitical and economic implications. As more countries diversify their reserves, the dollar's dominant role as a global reserve currency could weaken. This could change the balance of economic and financial power worldwide, improving trade relations, international financial agreements, and global monetary stability. In this sense, the exchange of dollars for gold by central banks reflects the search for less dependence and greater economic stability. By diversifying their international reserves, countries seek to save their economies and protect themselves from financial volatility. However, this trend may also have significant global geopolitical and economic implications. It is important to follow this development closely and to understand how changes in international reserves may influence the global economy in the coming years. Waiting. The Age of Truth by James O'Brien. There is no need for anyone to wait for white hats or medical beds or GISRA or the next election or whatever. Just walk the right path. Stay in the fight for truth. Keep an optimistic outlook. Being on the side of justice is an end in itself and doesn't require predetermined outcomes. The light is increasing on the planet and illuminating the darkness. If you cannot feel the changes that have already taken place in recent years, then you have not yet cleared certain structures within your personal framework that need to be cleared. No one said it would be easy to do anyway with a 6,000-year-old death cult. Enjoy the spectacle or enjoy the show means that you can rebel in this process, rebel in the battle and focus on the final and unavoidable victory. If you have the stamina to stay on board until the ship reaches shore, a happy warrior is a generous spirit and a beacon in the storm. Let the other team gnash their teeth and wait anxiously for the fulfillment of their agendas, which will unavoidably fail, leaving them with nothing in the end. Those who supported their agendas have to face their own reckoning. We are at a biblical moment, a meta-historical crossroads. Our task is not to judge others, but simply to light the way. God will ruin those who have ruined the earth. Don't worry about the idea that someone is getting away with something somewhere. No one gets away with it ever. All their creations come back to them. No one can hide forever in history. When the veil falls, it is always, as it always does, one is left alone with the truth. News. A solar storm could hit the Earth's magnetic field on Tuesday, 13th June. Dutch Prime Minister Mark Rutte makes it clear where the food will come from 4 global food hubs controlled by the world's largest agribusinesses. This policy of bankrupting small farmers and buying up the rest by force is in full swing. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.